Hello, everyone. My name is Janelle Stanton, and I am the Director of Communications here at myHRcounsel. We wanted to put together this presentation to give you an introduction to who we are, what we do here at myHRcounsel, and how we can be of service to your company. Your broker, your trusted advisor, and through their relationship with myHRcounsel, has negotiated to provide you with unlimited access to employment, business, and Erisa attorneys for a low monthly per employee per month fee. Our goal with this presentation is to give you a better understanding of what our service has to offer. And I'll be toggling back and forth between the presentation and the website so that you can get a good idea of what we do and how you can get signed up with us. So as far as who we are, a little bit of background about us, we are an online, on-demand law firm that provides employment, business, and Erisa law compliance. We actually work with a law firm that's based in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, and they have been around since 1932. So they have a really long history here in the Twin Cities area. The law firm's been at the forefront of the movement to provide all individuals and companies, regardless of size and regardless of how big their pocketbook is, with quality legal counsel that's affordable. So with that ethic in mind, we also strive to ensure that we are making work fun every day. So our attorneys, they're engaged, they're passionate about serving our clients, and really make every effort to achieve the best possible outcomes for their clients. And so myHRcounsel, we strive daily to embody that founding spirit of the law firm by practicing law with the highest ethical standards, seeking justice and results for all those that we serve, while fostering a lighthearted and truly fun environment, which we definitely pride ourselves on daily. As I said before, we really do believe that access to quality attorneys should not just be a privilege of wealthy companies or individuals. So the bedrock of our economy, as we all know, is made up of small and medium-sized businesses, and a lot of them simply cannot afford to have in-house counsel or a law firm on retainer anytime a small issue comes up. We have found that, especially with a lot of our newer clients that are not accustomed to our service, they are surprised when they come to us with a question that we're able to take on, answer very, very quickly, which again is different from that kind of old traditional law firm model. And we also, find that others, clients that we work with have in the past turned to HR services that obviously provide a base level of knowledge, but don't have legal counsel on staff to give legal advice, and often will refer a client, reference to a client to go ahead and contact legal counsel. So this is sort of where myHRcounsel picks up the slack. So we offer all companies, large and small, including those with in-house counsel and without, a solution to have employment and HR attorneys, business law attorneys, and Erisa law attorneys giving legal advice delivered on a flat fee basis, all licensed attorneys. So our whole goal is to keep our clients compliant from the outset. So our entire mission is to make sure that our clients do not get sued, hopefully ever. And so making sure you're compliant at the beginning by giving you employee handbooks and policies at the outset. This is going to save your company cost in the long term, not only from being behind the 8 ball and having to catch up on legislation that was passed, but maybe your company missed, which honestly is very easy to do in this day and age. There's new statutes and ordinances being passed, it seems like daily. So, if you had missed that and now you're trying to play catch up, we're trying to prevent that. And obviously, we're also trying to prevent our clients from going through costly lawsuits or from having fines levied by specific agencies like the Department of Labor or the IRS, for example. So our services, each client will have the full support of our licensed, experienced attorneys in the following subject areas. So there's HR management and employment law compliance. That's where myHRcounsel really got its start, is with this area of the law. And that's going to cover everything from onboarding and offboarding and everything in between. So from applications to interview questions, drafting up an employee handbook, any advice that you might need along the way. If you need advice about, whether your documentation is appropriate to terminate somebody, we can advise on that as well. So like I said, from start to finish and everything in between. We also do advise in corporate and business law. So if you have a need for some type of business law document, for example, a master services agreement, a non-disclosure agreement, a license agreement, we will draft those documents on your behalf. We'll review up to 2 non-myHRcounsel documents per month. So if a vendor sends you, or somebody you're going to work with sends you their contract, we'll review those as well, to 2 a month. And then we'll give corporate law advice. So if you need information about, how to form a company or any other corporate law policies, that is an area that we practice in as well. And then the last area is ERISA, so Employee Retirement Income Security Act. So that deals with welfare benefit compliance. If you have health insurance, vision, dental, and those types of employee benefits that you're offering, there are certain requirements under ERISA, that statute, that companies are required to comply with. And so we have attorneys and a solution to help our clients make sure they're compliant in that area as well. So getting started here, what we really pride ourselves on and is sort of the culmination of 80 plus years of intellectual property from attorneys, is we have put together a free solution center. So the URL is here, myHRcounselcompliance.com, and I'll navigate to that in just a moment. But just as a quick overview before we take a glance at it, this solution center, like I said, is completely free. So I always say, if my grandma was interested in checking out an employment application, she could go to the solution center and get that document and use it. So it really is, it's free for everybody. The solution center covers hiring, onboarding, compliance, performance management. There's training videos there. Compensation and benefits and termination. So like I said, that entire employee life cycle is covered in our compliance center. And each topic has breakouts for that contain different types of information. And so really what we provide on our solution center can run an HR department. And I'm just going to pull the website up here to give you a quick glance at that. So when you go to myHRcounselcompliance.com, you'll get to this home page here, and you can see along the top is the Solution Center. And when I click on that, I get to this page here. So like I said, it's got all of those topics here along the top. If you scroll down a little bit into it, you'll see the FAQs, so frequently asked questions about hiring and all these other topics, checklists, which we have found our clients really like, resources, and then forms. And again, those are the same across any topic up above the top. One thing I do want to show you is our forms. So a lot of what we discovered and realized we wanted to differentiate ourselves is you might find a form out there, but you start filling it out and then a pop-up comes up and says, hey, to get this form, you need to sign up and pay X amount of dollars to complete this. Well, that's not helpful. We've also seen people putting PDF forms out there or forms that have some type of watermark that you can't remove. So I'm going to click on our employee non-disclosure agreement as an example here. So it gets pulled up here. Just going to click to open that. And so you can see if you just click Enable Editing. Sorry, moved over to my other screen. You can actually come in and fill this entire document out completely on your own. So you just fill in, the company name, the name of the employee, make sure you make all the changes here. And this is something that you could fill out, print, have your employee sign, and know that it was drafted by licensed attorneys. So it's something that you can rely on. Again, a big differentiator for us. There's also, like I said, there are trainings that are available under the Free Solution Center, so some business immigration basics, FMLA, which is a really big area. We also have a harassment prevention training out there that employers can show to their managers and things like that to get them up to speed on harassment prevention training. So we offered out a lot of good free information to get our clients started. So while a lot of people find a significant value in our Free Solution Center, there are a lot of others that prefer to just let the lawyers handle it from the outset. So for that reason, we also have a premium service that anyone can go ahead and upgrade to. There are 3 different services that you can choose from depending on the solutions that your company might need. And so like I had already said, we do HR and employment law, which requires, that's myHRcounsel. And so as an example of one of the biggest services that we provide under myHRcounsel when you become a premium user is we will do an employee handbook. So state-specific, legally compliant, no matter how many states you have employees in, we will make sure that we get you an employee handbook that's current and up to date. I'll just show you quickly here a little demo. So I'm going to go ahead and get logged in. So once you sign up, we will send you the credentials so that you can click on Login. You'll come into the Solution Center again and go to Compliance. And again, I'm going to show the Employee Handbook process. So you would click on Employee Handbook. And again here. And now this takes you to the overview of our Employee Handbook creation process. So there's a checklist here, and that just shows a company everything that they're going to need to include in their employee handbook. There's an employee handbook questionnaire, and so you'll take that document. It actually opens up into a Word format again, filling out the name of the company, the short name of the company, how many states you have employees working in, how many employees are working in each state, all of the information that we need from our end to be able to craft a proper state-specific handbook. And then you click Submit Documents to an Attorney. And so when you click Submit Documents to an Attorney, what that's going to do is that's going to take you into our portal. And from there, what you can do, and I apologize, my computer is, there we go. So you'll put in your email here. And again, this is, you'll get credentials for this as well. So you've got your questionnaire all filled out, you've saved it to your computer, and so you'll come into the portal, log in. It looks just like what an email would look like. So you put in, if you want to CC the CEO or president or whoever, you can CC them, put in the subject as Employee Handbook Review, description, please review our employee handbook, questionnaire, and provide an updated handbook. And then you add that questionnaire file, submit. That then comes into our team of attorneys, and somebody will be assigned that ticket, and they will work on that for you and make sure they get you that handbook turned around quickly. So that's just an overview of the employee handbook creation process. But also when you are signed up for a premium service, you have this ability to click on Ask an Attorney. And again, that's going to go, if you're logged in already, it's going to go to Ask an Attorney, and you can put in the subject, employee needs FMLA. And then you can type in the description. We had an employee come to us and say they needed to have surgery on their arm. They're going to be out for 2 weeks. Do we have to provide FMLA? Some employers aren't sure that they have to provide that. So we can give all that type of legal advice directly from licensed attorneys by clicking Ask an Attorney, and that's going to stay static on any page that you navigate to us. The second offering is myHR Consul Pro. So if you remember, this is that corporate and business law advice. So like I said, we'll draft, review a number of different types of corporate legal documents, the most common being master service agreements, license agreements, and non-disclosure agreements. And so that does require myHR Consul Pro. And then we also have Erisa Complete. And again, this was born out of, we had a lot of clients that we were discovering were not compliant with Erisa. It's a very complicated law. And so what we did is we went through the process of creating Erisa Complete. And so that compliance service includes preparing SPDs and wrap documents for welfare benefit plans. And I'll just show you an overview of that as well. So again, back in the Solution Center, if you go to Erisa, you'll actually be able to go to the Erisa Dynamic Compliance Calendar. And my colleague, Andrew Nielsen, who is our Director of Compliance, he came in and created this lovely chart which shows all of the different types of documents that need to be completed, who needs to receive them and when, and then put in what the penalty is for failure to comply with that. So again, this is going to look very familiar to you at this point, but if you have Erisa Complete and you need a summary plan description, you can come in, you fill out the questionnaire, submit it to an attorney, and one of us will work on drafting that up for you and get that turned around again pretty quickly to you. So a differentiator for sure in the market, and something we wanted to show in this presentation so you have a good understanding of how that process works. So once you purchase our service, and I will show you where to go to do that, the client's going to receive access for 2 to 3 users. So you'll get credentials, and then you'll be able to access all of that premium content, the employee handbook, Erisa documents. There are more trainings, pre-recorded trainings that are done by licensed attorneys. Again, a lot of them are recorded by me. So if you have not had enough of my voice today, more of the trainings in the premium service are done by me and my other colleagues here. So if you have a legal question, again, you can click Ask an Attorney. That opens up a ticket, and typically our response time is 2 hours or less. And so that may not be a full answer to the question, but you should at least be hearing back from an attorney within 2 hours to thank you for the question and let you know that they'll be doing the research and looking into what's going on for you. So this is an overview of our pricing based on the service. So myHR Counsel, which is again HR and employment law, is $1 per employee per month with a $50 monthly minimum. If you are wanting to upgrade to myHR Consul Pro, so myHR Consul Pro does include myHR Counsel as well. So myHR Consul Pro is $3 per employee per month with a $300 minimum. And again, that's unlimited access to business attorneys, unlimited drafting, and then we do review 2 of my business counsel, my biz counsel is what it was called previous in a former life. But if it's not on our paper, it's not one of our documents, we will review up to 2 of those per month. And then we do collections as well. There's a whole branch of our law firm that does commercial collections, and those are done on a 15% reduced contingent fee for any pre-litigation collection attempts, and then 30% if litigation is needed. And then the last service, Erisa Complete, that's $140 per month flat fee, or $220 per month if you are a company that has to do the IRS Form 5500, and that's required of companies that have 100 or more plan beneficiaries. So just to let you know the difference there. This is on our website as well, and I'm going to show you, you can sign up for a premium service on this myHRcounselcompliance.com/subscribe. I'm going to pull that up now, but log out first. So when you click on the premium services, again, here is the overview of all of the different services with the pricing. And then if you know you want to subscribe, you can click here on any of these. You fill out your company name, address, city and state, the billing contact, who we should contact to get the billing set up, the first and last name of the users with email address so that we can send the credentials. You'll fill in the number of employees that you have, and then you'll also fill in the broker or software provider that you're going through so that we know how you had found out about us. You click to choose the service that you're wanting to sign up for, agree to our terms and conditions and our software license agreement, and the full PDFs are down here if you'd like to review those, and click submit. And that's as easy as it is, truly. So we wanted to really make it very simple for people who are interested to get in here and get signed up. So after that, I just wanted to point out a little bit more about how we're different. So I kind of alluded to this in the beginning about how we're sort of picking up the slack. We're sort of in between HR services and the traditional law firm. So we have a typical response time of 2 hours or less, which is, we really are proud of that. That's very, very fast, especially for getting access to a licensed attorney. So we can turn around those questions very quickly. We know that that's needed a lot of times if you have an employee, for example, that showed up intoxicated and you need to know what to do right now. We will expedite emergency tickets like that and can often respond very quickly. We have a flat fee pricing model, so there is no unexpected bill at the end of the month. Everything is that you see there as far as the HR and employment law advice, business law advice, and ERISA advice, everything in that list that I showed you, that is included. There isn't any, well, if you want an employee handbook, that's an extra. If you want access to our attorneys, that's extra. If you want access to these trainings, it's extra. That's everything that you see in our solution here is included. We are staffed with only licensed attorneys, so everybody is licensed to practice law. And so the big differentiator there is the attorney-client privilege. Now, it's a very special privilege. There's a few other types, marital privilege, psychologist, patient privilege, but the attorney-client privilege is special. If you, as a company, have an issue with an employee, let's say you have misclassified an employee as exempt when they should have been non-exempt and they should have been getting overtime for the last 5 years, and you make that disclosure to us, well, that information is confidential and it's covered by the attorney-client privilege. So if later a lawsuit happens to stem from that misclassification, our discussion is privileged, meaning the attorney cannot access our conversation. And so that's huge, because if you go to somebody who's not licensed and you don't have that attorney-client privilege with, and if you disclose that information down the road in litigation, that could be uncovered and blown up and told to a jury and all of that. And you certainly don't want that. So that is a unique part of myHR Counsel. We also do not have any disclaimers about our work. So we don't say, this might not be accurate, it might not be timely, consult your attorney. We are the attorneys, we like to say, and it's kind of trite, but the buck stops here because it really does. As attorneys, we can lose our licenses and our, insurance policy, insurance company. They're not going to be very happy if they have lots of claims. We have lots of claims because we haven't been giving good legal advice. So there is no disclaimers as to what we do. We stand behind our work. And so that is a differentiator. And then we also offer access to our weekly newsletter for legal updates, our tip of the week, and we have been doing a guest blog as well. With all the changes that are occurring, we felt it was important to be putting content out there to keep our clients up to speed on that. And just the last slide here for you is all the ways to contact us. So the Ask an Attorney at myHRcounsel Compliance. If you have other questions about getting signed up or those types of questions, you can email info@myHRcounsel.com. You can call us directly at the 844 number. You can visit us at myHRcounsel.com. There's our address. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. So many, many ways to contact us. But I just want to thank you so much for sitting through this presentation. And I really hope that the service we have to offer, you will see a benefit in. And we would love to have you sign up as a client so that we can assist you and make sure that you as a company can stay on the right side of the law. So thank you again and have a great day.